Hey everybody, let's do a live build together today and let's jump into it. So what we're trying to build today is we're trying to build a asset tracker. I've built one of these before, but not this specific application. So we're trying to build an asset tracker for my church. We were told that there's an application called Asset Tiger that is really nice and it's everything we want it to do. So the core features are the ability to customize the asset form, and this form is then used to add a new asset into the system. Now they probably have like many other things like reporting, when all of that stuff. But the first step I would do, which I've done before in other videos, is the first thing you do is you come to ChatGPT. You need to have a paid version for this. I just did a deep research prompt and I said, look, search on the application called Asset Tiger, find out its core features, layout, all of that stuff. Thank you. So GPT gave me some questions, so it knows exactly what to focus on. Said, okay, well, we are looking for features specifically for a church, right? I don't care about pricing because I'm hoping to rebuild this thing. And no, I'm just planning on recreating its features. I don't care about comparing it to other asset management tools. Now, GPT is still going. So I've been running this for a bit now. I just want to give a few things. So depending on what it comes back with, the core features I would hope to see would be number one, the ability to have an admin user and to mark other users that sign up as admins. Number two, because Leap and Lovable use Superbase, probably the ability to store those user information in Superbase, right? And then manage the roles from the system. That's number two. Number three, I'm thinking if if this customized asset form, like I've built this before in other apps using no code tools, but if this thing ends up being too stressful and not working, I would redo this entire like application, but I would just give it the layout for a form based on the type of assets that we have. Or I would just create like a few different forms based on the kind of assets that we have. Because this is mostly for the technical team to be able to say how many mics we have, how many speakers we have. Well, a new speaker, we'll put it in here and we just track its depreciation over time, track the behavior over time, and all of that stuff. So yeah, I don't know if like it would be nice to do the customize. I don't know if we need that going forward. So that's the only thing. If this seems to be the biggest issue, I will have to make sure that yeah, like I'm streamlining or simplifying the requirements so that the no-code tools can build it. So we're just going to pause the video, wait for ChatGPT to be done, then we'll show you the next step, which if you guys remember, next step is to create something called a PRD, product requirement document, that would take all of this stuff and then create a product requirement document. But again, first thing we do is we will remove anything that seems too complex. So even reports, depending on the kind of reporting, it might be too complex. Tracking is pretty standard. That's the whole thing. User roles, like I said, we're going to do that, and then reports. So I'll just keep an eye on these few things and then create like a base application. And the base application will probably just have one user account. We'll probably just have basic asset inputs and tracking, and we'll probably just have some reporting as to okay when it needs to be replaced next. Like if we have just that, that's pretty good. All the other stuff is nice, but just the ability to log into an app, so not everyone on the internet has that, and the ability to track your assets and the ability to report on when it's done, like that's pretty good. Okay, so there are core functions. Okay, so it's a centralized asset register for any type of asset, IT equipment, all tracked in one system. You can organize assets by categories. Okay, check in, check out system. Wow. So there's a check in, check out system. I didn't even think about this, and that's why there's like deep research, right? Manage shared assets. Items can be assigned to a person or place when checked out, and every transaction is recorded. Interesting. We can set due dates for returns and run reports to see which assets are out or overdue. That's incredible. Okay. We can also set maintenance schedules and alerts, which is really nice. User roles and permissions are good. Reporting is good. Barcode integration, quickly identifying things. So the mobile app turns smartphone to your back. You can scan an assets tag to pull up its record. Interesting. So we may have, like, this is interesting. This one is really good. Not sure how we would do that. Maybe we just generate, like, for every new item, we generate a barcode that can be printed out, and then just scanning that will say, oh yeah, we still have it, uh, when we just go around, which is interesting. Okay, so I will say, now this is what, so I'm a software developer, so maybe take some of my clues. If you have a better way, put it in the comments. Take some of the clues from me as I try and work from a functional software standpoint with AI, okay? Focus on admin and regular users. Focus on simple reporting. Focus on other core features like the ability to customize the asset form and the ability to add a new item and the ability to track check-in and checkouts. And so just give me a good summary of the core features of the app that are simple enough that we should be able to create them with no-code tools. So this is interesting. What I did essentially, I have an app that when I click on it, it records my voice. When I click on it again, it transcribes it. So, but I'm trying to get from AI an idea of what it thinks are simple enough that no-code tools can create. So I will let me stop this because it said local tools. I will copy this again, paste it in, and then say no code tools like Lovable or Leap.new because I'm using both of these and we're going to try both of these and see where we get. So let's see what we get. And your prompt, I know AI is pretty smart, but your prompt is very important. If you give it the wrong prompt, it won't, like, it will try and figure out what you want and help you. But when you say local tools, it's going to be very confused, right? Like what's a local tool? But if you say no code tools, then it knows what it's looking for. Okay, perfect. Browsing asset tagger features and no code possibilities. Yeah, I hope it's not doing like a brand new research. I hope it's just taking all the data we've already found here and synthesizing it. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm just going to pause the video for now because this seems to be taking quite a bit of time. Oh, no, it's crafting a concise response. So I think we're almost there. Almost. Okay, I'll pause the video. Okay, it's back. It's literally 2 seconds after I paused the video. It worked. Okay, create bulk import export. I will remove anything extra like bulk import export via CSV. I mean, a CSV support is pretty easy to parse. XLS is just ridiculous. So we can do CSV import of assets as long as, yeah, as long as we create a template CSV file that they can download. I think that's pretty good. And I think that's pretty easy to do. Custom fields, manage categories, locations, people, sites. We can remove any email alerts for now. That's one other thing. Like anything that has to do with third-party integration or tools, out. Right? Manage user permission levels, viewer to full admin. Perfect. And I will say we just have 2 users. One user can see stuff. One user is an admin. And you can see it did just that, right? The roles and permissions, admin, regular user. Okay, view search assets, download reports shared with them. Check out, check in, assigned items. Interesting. So we can only check out and check in items to users in our system. That's very interesting. I was not thinking about that at all. I was not thinking about that. I was thinking that when we're checking out an item, we can select a user if the user exists, or we can just put a name because we know people in the church, we know people in the community that we're giving these things to. So the admin can just say, oh, it's this guy, right? Like we don't need specifically, yeah, to have them, like we don't, like it's just a tedious thing to have to create users, brand new user accounts just to check out single items, and those users may never interact with the app. So that's another thing. Just keep these things in mind as as you're hearing me talk about it. Okay, core objects, asset, person name, blah blah blah, maintenance, attachment, report. Okay, simple reporting, overview. Yeah, okay. Like this app is going to take a while. This app is going to take a while to do. And add new item flow, generate or attach existing. I love this. Optional, upload docs, maybe. Okay. Check out, check in. Okay, so it's even giving me tips on how to build this with no code tools. Okay, and tell me why this is enough. Okay. No, I like this. I like this a lot. Only thing, like I said, is that I want the user, like when we're checking things out, just putting in a name should be enough. Okay, so let me talk to AI and get it to create a PRD now. Create a PRD using the information you just provided. The only difference is for checking out and checking in items, we should be able to just put in a name. We should not have to register a brand new user that is a regular user every single time we need to check out an item. So just put in a name, the admin can take a look and see items overdue or items due soon, and they can handle that part. And also focus in the PRD on the simplest core features first before we go into any harder thing. Don't worry about Excel, only do CSV, and then for the bulk import feature, only use CSV and create a sample CSV file that matches the columns that we expect, so that the CSV file can easily be downloaded by people who want to bulk upload things. Okay, so you have to be very specific. I hope this is not too technical, but I'm just trying to remove. I know, and this you get this by experience. Excel is like CSV is just text. You put a text, you put a comma, you put a text, you put a comma, simple. Excel is Microsoft's tool, and of course it's very involved. There's a lot you have to do. So hopefully AI can help. And I didn't ask it to create a sample CSV by itself. I really meant that it should add into the PRD that a sample CSV should be created. That's really what I meant, but it didn't get that, which is okay. At least it's doing this defining CSV import spec. So hopefully that's helpful to, yeah, hopefully that's pretty helpful. Maybe, yeah, I think there's something else. I think what should happen is based on the template form used, a CSV should always be generated. Whenever you change the template form, there should be something that reads through the form and knows all the different fields required to be able to upload an asset, and then it creates a CSV for you. I think that's the most logical way. Okay. Okay, so we're going to do this. We're just going to copy all of that stuff. I'm going to copy all of this stuff. Interesting. Condition, purchase dates, cost, warranty expiry, and checkout. Optional later is maintenance, reservation, attachments. Interesting. I would have loved maintenance and reservation in step one, but out of scope stuff like we talked about, email reminders, calendars, reservations, file attachments, back. So it's just doing the base stuff. You know what? I will take this. Let's take this. Core features, simple flow, reports, and let's copy everything. Okay. And okay. So I'm going to copy all of this. We're going to go to Lovable. We'll just dump it in, hit enter. Lovable will take over, and we're going to go to leap.new. We will dump it in and hit enter. And we're going to just watch how quickly each one of these applications spits out something we can use. Lovable is thinking it thought for much longer. Leap.new just jumped straight in. Okay, I'm not, I do not know about that one, but Lovable seems to have put a lot more thought into this. Okay, so because the system requires a database, Lovable is saying I should connect a project right away. I will create a brand new project. You can just see, just click buttons and it will take you there. So this one would be a church asset tracking. That's just what I called it. And you just generate random stuff and you just select a region and click create new project and save, and then go back to Lovable, click connect a project and just click your newest project and you are done. So once a Superbase project is connected and new, right? Okay, so it's connected to Superbase. You can now work. Yeah, continue building the app, buddy. Like, continue building the app. Don't ask me. Once I'm done connecting Superbase, Lovable should be creating everything and putting it into there. So again, the problem is with Lovable, you have to babysit it and you have to click approve before any database change happens. And that may sometimes be an issue. So click approve again. It hasn't even started with the front end. It's only doing the back end for now, but it's going to hopefully build everything we need. Oh man, it's doing it one at a time here. Unfortunately, like you can see leap.new has gone. And let me just explain the difference. Leap.new actually has a whole bunch, like it has databases as part of the system. So you never have to say any, like continue. You give it a plan, it would create the database structure. It would actually spin up a database for you. It will run it will do everything for you. Meanwhile, Lovable, you have to connect in Superbase, which is a database, and then you have to approve database changes. So you can already tell Lovable is slower just from the fact that you have to babysit it more. The difference I found though is that Leap.new does not give you a clean, beautiful UI. And you can already tell, like, even the color scheme of this thing looks functional, but the color scheme of this looks bright and user-friendly. So it's just the way the two products were created. One was built by developers. Leap.new was built by developers. Lovable was built by people who are designers because they made everything beautiful. So let's keep going. The only problem I'm having now is that it seems that Lovable started with a dashboard. Meanwhile, we have zero data. We have no asset, anything. We have no template form, and it's creating a dashboard. Okay, perfect. Okay, sure, there's a dashboard. Who cares about the dashboard? Like, can we actually do anything? If I click add new, it's broke. Well, again, By default, most things will break because you're just getting started. Uh, at least we have tabs up here and they work. I guess assets, settings, like the whole app is broken essentially because it's just starting. Now, Leaf.new is taking a long time. Question is, what do we get when it's done? Like, this is huge. This is a lot of processing power. Created a billion files for us, right? Lovable. We check the code mode. Like, see how small it is? It's just, there's barely anything. Literally barely anything. There's even these things here you see, Lovable didn't create it. It's something called Tailwind, and it just gives you predetermined, like it gives you base things you can use in your app. But Lovable didn't create any of that, so Lovable is not doing any work essentially. It's literally not doing anything. Okay, let's take a first look at our app. The first thing I can tell is that if you look at the asset tiger, there's dashboard, alerts, assets, advanced, and setup. If you look at here, dashboard, assets, report, set. Like this matches the asset tiger UI much better. So I clicked on something and I got this error, and I'll be honest, this is an error I've been getting a lot with where it's leap.new. So it's just probably the thing they are using keeps having this issue, and they have to fix it in multiple places all the time, honestly. So it's just going to happen multiple times. I just want to prepare all of you. Lovable, surprisingly, still thinking here. Question is there any benefit to its thinking? Are things better? I do not know. Okay. Okay, so we're just still waiting. Created the core church asset manager with database schema, dashboard with real-time statistics. All the MVP features are now fully functional. This is, I mean, it says so. I don't know about that one. Interesting. Okay, so we do have settings now. Incredible. We have a report now. I'm telling you, none of these things are working. Like I can guarantee it for a fact. If I click export CSV, nothing happens. Uh, add custom field. You can see custom field management is coming soon. Fair enough. Okay, let's go and click add asset. Okay, we can add a tag. So just say mic 1. Name would be first mic. Category would be audio. Site would be church 1. Location would be, this is really good actually. This is really good. This will be media room. So the media room has a mic, and I'll just say it's a good one. Maybe the cost of a new mic is like $200. What day did we buy it? When's the warranty expiring? Is there a photo of it? Any notes? Nothing. Okay. So create asset. So we have mic 1 here. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting. So when I click export CSV, something did happen. It's very possible that stuff's happening and I just can't see it. Okay. Okay, so let's go back. I think the app just needed to load here. If I click assets again, if I click add asset, okay, so stuff is breaking, but so far at least we can, and you can see the fields are pretty much the same because AI did all of that. So let's just say mic 1 and then audio and church 1 and location would be media room. Status, yes, it is available. It's out, it's retired. This is interesting. It's in good condition. Cost would be $200. And we'll just create. Let's see what we get. Okay, so it's failed to create. So fail to create. Okay, so things are breaking already, but when Lovable was done, Lovable took a while, but at least we could create assets, right? And if we click view, so you can tell things are broken. So to see the detailed view of an asset isn't working, to edit it isn't working, and so I'll just let me tell Lovable something. I'll say create a README file or a features file, log all the work you've done, and log all the work that needs to be done. And after you finish creating a set of features, tell me from the original PRD what's left to work on so we can tackle the next thing. So that's what I told it to do. And hopefully it will, I don't have to keep thinking and touching things and saying what's done, right? It will, from my original requirements, tell me everything that's been done and what's next to be done. Hopefully it can help. And even though it didn't do everything in one shot, if it actually helps with this, that would be a huge, just a huge time saver. So let's see what it does. Okay, so I'm going to ask these guys to do the same thing. Okay, so let's say assets. Wait, when I say add asset, it actually comes to the assets tab instead of just opening this asset thing. That's incredible. That's terrible. That should not be good. Mic one, audio, church one, media room. Now all of this, the only thing that is required is assets, and this even condition isn't required, right? But I'm just filling out more things so we can see something. So asset created successfully. You can see asset one. If I click on view, okay, so like you can see the difference. Lovable didn't create more than one. This guy actually created a lot of stuff to start. So if I click checkout, beautiful. So you can put it borrower name and just say Sam did it, and it is due. Today is the 4th, so it's due on Monday, and click checkout. So see, it changed the state to out, checked out by to Sam, and is due September 7. If you click on the history, you can see it's been checked. Come on. So Leap.new already is the better one. Like you can click check in and it will check back in. So this is fantastic. No, no, no. I'm done. I'm done. Enough said. Like why even go to Lovable? For a while, Leap.new had been behind. And I say it's been behind because just for the UI looking looking good and working well, it didn't work. But with this now, this is crazy. Oh, whoa. Okay, let's see. If I added a custom field called maintenance schedule, and sure, let's just say it's a text, and it's not required, and create. Now, if I go to create an asset, whoa. Okay, so I'll just say weekly, and then we're going to do mic 2 this time, and mic 2, and we'll do the same stuff, same media room, and it is, so this is a poorer thing that needs more maintenance. That's why I added maintenance schedule. Okay, so this is mic 2. You can see this was mic 1. If we click view, we should be able to see, okay, so custom fields are showing up differently than details, which is okay. Honestly, these are the core details of an asset. This is just additional details I've added. And the history, there's no history. Honestly, is this enough? I think this is enough. Okay, if you go to reports, you can just see all assets. This is crazy. It's done already. Well, let's see. Let's see if it's done. I'm freaking out. Mic 1, out, good. Mic 2, okay, so let's say checked out items. Mic 1 is checked out. Overdue items. Okay, so let's go back to mic 1. Let's go back to mic 1. Well, let's see so the dashboard has two assets. One is available, one is checked out. and due soon is mic 1. If I click mic 1, it took me to the mic page. If I edit this, oh, sorry, I wanted to do something else. So I can check it back in. Let's check it back in. Um, I'll just say in good condition. Okay, check in. Wow, so it's checked in now. If I check the history, you can see it's available now. And it was checked out on September 4. It was returned September 4 in good condition. This is fantastic. Come on, guys. Okay, we're checking it out again. The due date will be today. And I, can I put a, I'm just trying to do overdue, okay? So I'll just say Sam again. And then in the notes, I'll just say testing overdue checked out items. Let's see if it lets me. Okay, so it was checked out again. This time it was checked out September 4. This time it's due September 2. You can see it's out. If I go to details, let's go back to assets. So it's out. Question is it overdue? Oh my goodness, it is overdue. Mic 1, because it was due September 2nd and it's past September 2nd right now. And if I go to reports and I see all items, this is out, yes. It's not showing overdue right now, but if I go to overdue items, guys, this app is done. This app is done. So assets by category, you can, so even though the category was a text field, it still grouped them by category, which is fantastic. Again, by site, and I'm just checking the console to see if anything broke. Okay, and by location. So again, we have two media room items. One's available, one's out. And I think this app wins. Why even go to Lovable again? This app wins. This is done. So let's just see what Lovable says though, just for the sake of true comparison. So what's left? Uh, Immediate next priorities, the asset detail page and editing. Okay. And asset history display, enhanced reports, custom fields. Because I completely ignored this guy, right? I don't care about CSV import. I want 1, 2, 3. Sorry. I want 1, 3, 4, 5. 1, 3, 4, 5. Tabbed interface, edit form for existing assets, asset history timeline. This is a lot though. Action buttons, checkouts, check in from detail view. Sure. Yes. Okay, so let's give Lovable some time. I know it's already 36 minutes. This video is 36 minutes long already, but let's give Lovable some time to see if it can even keep up. Like Leap.new was done, and you can already tell from the dashboard page here that these things are at the top. Meanwhile, in here, it's on the side, which matches the actual UI, right? Like this is correct. So Lovable is just doing his own thing, not following instructions, I guess. Again, guys, this app is pretty simple. This app is pretty simple. And the only thing I would say is I will prefer Leap.new because the database is already created. Meanwhile, for Lovable, we need to have Superbase connected. And Leap.new should already have, like, there's something that happens when you connect to a new database to host an application. It has to run all the things to set up the database, right? Because this guy includes a database, it also includes instructions to start and set up the database. But with Lovable, the database doesn't get created because it's done it one time. It's not part of the setup. It says, you see, I had to click approve manually, right? It didn't it didn't create a script that when the app starts, it will check the database and set up the database. It doesn't do that by default. I have to do it manually, and that's a huge pain point, especially when I leave the database I made during the test time and I go to a brand new database. Like it's just a huge pain. So I just want to give you guys like things to think about as a software developer or as a person trying to use no-code tools to build things. Okay, Now the details page works. Status available. You can see some small spacing issues here, which is fine. I do love the fact that I broke it down into basic, location, financial. Again, I told you these guys, they focused on UI, so they did a good job. No checkout history. Custom fields are coming soon. Fair enough, whatever. Click checkout. Again, Sam. I will do a due date in the past and I will just check it out. And if I go to history, you can see it's overdue. Just checked out today, but it's due yesterday. And if we go back, you can see the status is out. I think I think Lovable has hit it. I think Lovable, yeah, Lovable has finally caught up. But again, because of the database thing, I think I have to use the other one. So now the problem here is you can, like, all the reports are not showing the items, they're just doing a download, which this is just not help. I'll be honest, this is just not helpful. If I click add custom fields, so custom fields are still not working, but at least we have a dashboard. Yeah, so honestly, Leap.new wins. I mean, the reports tab, you can see everything. The crazy part is it says export CSV. Like, if this thing actually exports the CSV, man, we are done. Like, we're done. I'll be honest. Like, it's crazy. So, okay, export CSV. What happens? There's an actual CSV on my PC. Let me try something. It even called it overdue report. If I click on overdue report, what do I get? I'm getting asset tag, asset name, the borrower, the checked out. Okay. I think it's safe to say that Leap.new wins, which is incredible. I just can't believe what I'm hearing or seeing. This is incredible. So for simple applications, well, I can tell you for a fact, for complex applications, Lovable will break. That's a fact. That's not a, I've tested this out multiple times. So Leap.new wins. Hands down, here it wins. And I think this app in its current state, the only problem now is we do not have authentication, right? I don't have a way for someone to have to put in a username and password before they can log in. But I will tell you something. I should be able to create a master username and password, and also in settings allow us to just add a new user, right? And when we add a new user, we should be able to specify the user's role. The question now, in Leap.new, by the way, whenever you do things, you have to click merge change. When you click merge change, you should be able to save on your credits. That's the idea. Was when you click merge change, it will compress the context of everything you're working on. So you're not sending everything you've done to the AI to make a change. Just quick tip. So now I'm going to click deploy. When I deploy it, I should have a link that I can send to our church team and just tell them, hey, look at this app and play with this app. And if this app can help us track assets, fine. If we want to try and implement maintenance scheduling and just instead of, so just maintenance, next maintenance due. Like, imagine if we had a next maintenance due date, right? And then we also had in the history the maintenance done. So just a maintenance module where you can specify as part of creating a new thing, maybe the next maintenance due date. I'm not even sure. I'm not sure what the maintenance module looks like. So I will, I think the best part forward. So this video is 43 minutes long. It's a long video. I hope you guys had some value. I think the best next thing is go back to GPT, tell it we accomplished the base feature set, and we need a minimum viable maintenance PRD, products requirement document. And let's just see, and then go back and forth with GPT to simplify it or to add on to it. Then come back here and build. So the good news is once we deploy something, it takes the current state of the app and it saves it. And we can always go back to that. Okay, so I will, yeah, let's pause the video here. I'll stop the video. Thank you so much for your time. Hope you guys had value and have a great day.